Evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host, Jay, and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J Spot where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You all, I am so glad to be back. Oh my God, it has been a long couple of weeks. We will get into where I've been and what has happened in my life. But guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And Jay is spelled Jaye. All three. While you're at it, do me a favor, go right around the corner. Boop, go to YouTube, like and follow us, subscribe to our channel there. That's the J Spot Radio. Go to TikTok and like and follow us there, the J Spot, Jaye. Guys, for all platforms, please turn on the notification bells. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that everyone, you are well. Guys, listen, let me tell you something. Listen, the first 2 weeks of February were the bomb, celebrating birthdays. 1 minute I'm celebrating my birthday. The very next day, man down. I have been sick for 2 weeks. Now, the first week that I was sick, I really wasn't feeling sick. I just couldn't talk. Can you believe that? Not talk. Like this mouth, let me tell you, nothing. When I say nothing, nothing was coming out of my mouth, and it was not a pretty sight. It just was not a good sight. It wasn't a good feeling. So that kind of sucked. But then once I started to regain my voice a little bit, then I get sick, like sick as a dog sick. And that lasted for over a week. So needless to say, I am back. I am glad to be here. I have so much to talk about. You all, it's nothing. Listen, your mind does nothing but race when you're laid up and you're stuffy, but you're taking those over the counter narcotics to knock out the cold and all of this other ish. Listen, your imagination just gets to running wild. So guys, listen, we have a great show lined up for you tonight. Thank you so much. Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay, Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot, 30 and Up Doing Us, Tyson Smith. Thank you, 180 Real Talk Chicago, the Real MVPs, Pit Life. Thank you, everybody that with us. Thank you, everybody in the groups that support us and rock with us. Guys, I want to thank you so much. Also, tonight we're being brought to you by, we have a special sponsor for tonight, partnership with Farmers Insurance Agent Sherrill Harris. Guys, he is offering, listen, if you need your life, auto, business, home, renters, or motorcycle insurance, hit him up, 773-960-2214. Again, that's 773-960-2214. That is Sherrill Harris. He's a farmer's insurance agent. So definitely hit him up again for your life, auto, business, home, renters, and motorcycle insurance needs. Hit him up today. And guess what? Tell him Jay refers you. Jay. And it's Jaye. Guys, listen, we're going to start off with our first hot topic. Now, listen, this is a bonus hot topic. So, it was asked, Jay, can a man take a woman on a date and they have an absolutely incredible time, but he hasn't spent one dime. He hasn't spent anything on this date, but they have a fabulous time. So he's asking, is that possible? Can a man take a woman on a date and they have a great time? So I'm thinking, okay, if he has not spent anything, let's go. So let's unpack this together. What type of dates cost nothing? The only thing that I can think of is they just went straight and started doing a horizontal mambo. That's the only thing that I can think of that would be free and they have an absolutely amazing time if he was any good. But if he wasn't any good, then he'd have an amazing time, but it'd really be a waste of time for her. So I get nothing though. I don't. What are we doing where it costs absolutely nothing? He spent nothing on the date, but they have a great time. What are they doing? And they have a great time without any money being spent. Now, I'm a believer that you can totally have a great time on a date and it doesn't have to cost much. I'm definitely a firm believer in that. Again, I like dates, like fun dates. Let's have fun. Like, you don't have to totally break the bank to have a good time. I'm one of those women that thinks like, listen, put some thought into the date, but to spend nothing, I'm not really sure where you're going or what you're doing, and you're spending no money. So for please, I am not, listen, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Listen, listen, I walked from my car to the restaurant. That's all the walking that I'm going to do. Any walking that I'm gonna do, I'm walking right up out your life. I'm walking out this restaurant. I'm walking out of this foolery. That's the only walking that I'm going to be doing on a first date. If that's the whole entire date, like we're gonna walk. Now, if you say, listen, we're going to go to some nice park and we're going to hike the trails and this and that and all this, I might be open to that. But the first date, like, okay, again, make it fun. But if your sole intent and the sole purpose of planning a date that doesn't cost anything is because you don't want to spend any money, like, miss me with that. Because again, you not wanting to spend money, I'm okay with that, but you're wasting my time because I can be somewhere spending my money, enjoying myself and doing what it is that I want to do. So if your pockets are tight or you tight with your pocket, I'm okay with that. I can respect that. Just don't waste my time. Just don't waste my time with this. Oh, well, I'm gonna plan something. I'm gonna plan something free. The zoos are not even free. Cedric is saying no. Lincoln Park Zoo, walk and picnic, Pearl Harbor, etc. So, but that's still, you're still spending money because you have to buy the food for the picnic. You have to buy the passes to get in the park. So again, I mean, I think that it's a great ideal, but he said that the guy spends, is it possible for them to go on a date and no money at all be spent? And I just don't see, again, how no money is spent unless they just go straight to the horizontal mambo. Baby. That's the only way, that's the only thing that I can see that they're doing that's free. And again, you got to ask each of them, okay, like, okay, well, how was it for you? Oh, well, it was all right. How was it for you? It's all right. Well, listen, you would have just been better off going to the movies or, spending a little money if neither one of y'all got a thrill out of that encounter. But me, I don't, I can't think of anything where no money is being spent. But again, I don't think that a date has to be expensive in order to have fun. Like, listen, make it interesting. I don't know, like, let's do something. Now I might be scary and I might just want to watch you do it and see how it is for you. But let's say, listen, you want to go stick your feet. Listen. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something that's a great date idea, and it's not a lot of money and it's very interactive. Listen, those panic rooms Listen, axe throwing is so much stuff that you can do that's so fun, that does not require a lot of money. Listen, you can go to the gun range, baby. Don't cross the gun line, boss. Don't cross the gun line. There's so many different things that could be done on a date if people are really just, thinking about it and just being creative with it. But again, in today's society that we're living in, when you talk about dating, everybody is just on the, well, it's man against woman, woman against, it's just like the ridiculousness is, it's, we got too much going on. He wants to save money, he ain't trying to spend all his money, which I don't think that he should. And then some women are trying to get men to take them on dates and, spend all their money. Like I say, for me, it's not that deep for me. It's just not that deep, because the time that it takes to put on the good bra, the good panties, the good everything, put on the makeup, put on the right wig, it takes a lot to get ready to go out. And if I'm just going out, just listen, I could save myself the trouble and I can just dress comfortably, go somewhere where I want to go, where I'm going to have a good time by myself without all of the pressure. So it's just like, listen, to each his own, whatever a person's agenda is. But how do you get to that agenda, and how do you know if a person has an agenda outside of truly and genuinely getting to know you? By having a conversation with them. My thing is this, before, fellas, and I've said this before you even go on the date, why are we not having conversations? See, this is what I'm saying. I think that nobody is talking. Nobody is having a conversation. Because if we were really having a conversation before we got to these dates, a lot of these dates, to be honest, would not happen. A lot of these dates would not even happen if we have these conversations up front. Hey, Candace, how you doing? Cedric, you're saying, I feel your point of view on there. Bryant, you're saying if you tied on the money side, you shouldn't even be thinking about dating. I am so glad a man said that. Listen, if money is tight, dating is the last thing. Dating is the last thing that's on my mind. When my ends are they waving at each other and I'm trying to figure out what's going on over here and I don't have time to sit up here and try to entertain somebody. I got stuff that I have to get aligned. Listen, when these numbers are not adding up, and listen, it's the red over here and you on your way to being red. Listen, I'm not trying to date. I'm not trying to spend your money. You know why? Because I'm too busy trying to make my money. So I'm not trying to spend, I'm not out here trying to, and I know a lot of women that are out here are not, listen, we not thinking about y'all money. It's good to be able to bring it together and add to, but for that to be her sole purpose, we got too much other stuff that we out here trying to do. So we ain't trying to come up on your money because we trying to figure out how to grow our money. Now, if we can get together and make it grow, and I know what social media is saying, social media will have us to believe that all women or most women are just out here. She's just out here trying to get something to eat. Have you ever thought about who are they talking to? What women are they putting the camera in front of? Because they're definitely not talking to somebody like me. They're never gonna put a camera in front of me. You know why? Because I'm gonna shoot down the narrative. I'm not going to be a part. I'm not gonna answer in the way that the narrative is going today. And that's, all women, they just want these dudes. Well, who they're gonna go to talk? They're gonna go to certain communities. They're gonna go to certain areas where there's a certain financial issue going on, and they're gonna ask those people. And so you're gonna get those answers. But see, those are biased videos. The polls are biased because you're targeting a specific area. You're targeting a specific person. You're targeting a specific group of people where you know what the outcome is going to be. So therefore, it's not even a valid point to be made, because you already know that the person that you're talking to, you went and you did your poll where your answer, you knew what the answer was, and you knew the reaction that you would get. But I encourage you to explore, to branch out and go to some other areas and start talking to some women where the money is not an issue. The brother's money is not an issue. Start talking to those women. And then let's come back and let's start putting the camera in their face. Because again, ask somebody like me, oh, well, he want to take you out and he's saying the $40. Listen, let me tell you something. $40, let me tell you what you do with your $40. I'm not going. She just want to go out with him because she want him to, she want his money. Let me tell you something. Again, do you know how long it took me to pull this contraption up to keep everything in order? It took me about an hour to pull it up. And then I got to sit down in it. And then I got to act like I can't breathe. Brother, do you think I got that kind of time? I'm over here, about the threat of heat stroke because this contraption is so tight around my stomach. And then not only my stomach, I got the good bra on and the good drawers. And brother, you complaining about $40? It's too much. It's too much. It's too much of a hassle. So the only way I'm going outside is if I want to go outside, if I'm interested in seeing what's going on the other side. But if not, listen, it's not worth all of the damage that I'm gonna have to deal with, when I get home. So now I'm gonna get home, and now I'm gonna get stuck trying to. I'm like, oh, so I can't even. Oh, come on! The strap done got caught in the thing, and I can't get the thing out, and I'm trying to get it. And this brother that sat up here, and all he worried about was, man, she ordered the large shrimp and not the small shrimp. Listen, please, 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 please leave us alone. Leave us be. If you can't, if you listen, if your finances are an issue, again, I can respect that. I can respect that. But stop trying to date all these multiple women. That's the first thing. The second thing is get your finances together. But the most important thing that I think that should be done is listen. We got all this technology. Jump on the phone. Have some conversations on the phone. Fill these people out. Listen, you got the ways where y'all can listen, what do you call it? FaceTime and all this and that. It's so many ways where you can get that interaction going and see what the energy is like way before you get to the date. So if you decide that after having a conversation with them and you don't like the way they sound, listen, there was a dude that I talked to, I met him, and it was brief. So I didn't know that he had a speech impediment. Listen, my mind doesn't work like that. So I am petty. I couldn't deal with that. So when he called me on the phone, I was glad that we got a chance to talk on the we go, no. I'm sure he's a good brother for a sister with some understanding. I'm not the sister with some understanding. So did we go on a date? No, we did not. I'm not. Listen, you can't have me sitting in front of this foolishness for 2 hours and think. See, I already know the wrong thing was going to slip out. Then I would have been stranded wherever we was at. See what I'm saying? So I'm going to save myself the trouble. So start having phone conversations with these people. Start doing these FaceTimes and all of this. Start vetting these people properly. And if you're not doing that, stop complaining about how much money you spending on these dates. Just stop it, because you're not even doing your homework. You're not even doing your own due diligence to make sure that this is the person that you want to go out with. And listen, I strongly listen. And even the conversation, I'm going to tell y'all, because I got another time. So talking, listen, his voice was so, oh my God, this man's voice was just amazing. Like it was just a strong baritone. I was just like, Woo, Lord, you done did right by me now. I knew. See, I knew that this was going to the high. I knew. So we go and we meet up. And I'm just like, so it was getting a little dark outside. So I was like, I know you lying to me. That's why as I seen a figure walking towards me, I'm like, now, Lord, I know y'all lying to me. I know y'all lying. Where is the rest of this man at? Lord, where is the rest of this man at? Because now I got my whole boots on, my heels is tall, and they left the rest of this man in the truck, the rest of the brother in the truck. So now I'm just like, I'm just like, now, Lord, this voice, it was a waste of a voice, a good baritone voice, because you got, a little leprechaun that just came. Now, I'm not bashing men that are less than 6. I'm not. But come on, Lord, now, so he comes and I'm like, instantly, I done shouted and everything before I done left the house. And I was just like, Lord, I know you done did right by me. Then I get there and I just wanted to cry on sight. I was just like, I'm telling you, I could not hide my disappointment. So he comes up, we talk, greet each other or whatever. So he goes for the hug. I didn't even want to get a hug. So I started to do my church spiel. I don't even hug people because I don't like hug. I started to do that. So before I can get it out, so he done came in. I kid you not. I promise you, I'm not lying. When this man hugged me, this is just his head laid right on my chest. I was just like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I say, Lord, I quit. I just don't want to do this. My heart cannot take any other surprises. I just cannot. I'm just like, you can get up now, sir. You really can get up, raise your head up, cool brother, cool to work and do some stuff with, but, my whole energy changed towards, can I take you out? That's not necessary. It's not necessary. I'm not going. Like after that, I'm like, okay, I'm not. Was he friend zoned? No, not really. I'm like, I'm not going, because I believe in a friend zone, there's a possibility. You just waiting for your chance to be able to get in. He was, listen, that man was in Never Never Land, right next to Peter Pan. That's exactly what his brother was. So I'm saying that to say, listen, start weeding these people out. We can go through this, especially at this point. At this point in life, do y'all know what time it is? If you listen, the clock is ticking, okay? Father Time is knocking at the door. What are you all waiting for? Go through the process and go through the process smoothly. Now I know some of y'all like, you know what, Jay, I just cannot. Cedric, hey, Sherelle, how you doing? Cedric is saying, Hercules. Listen. Hey, Peterson, how you doing? Look, guys, I'm telling you, this is just, it's too much. So start talking to these people. Fellas, stop thinking that every woman is going out with you for your money. Start doing your homework. Start investing in them phone calls. And listen, the last point, stop trying to date more women than you can afford. If you are hollering about $40, you trying to take on too much. You trying to take on too many women. I'm just going to say it. I know somebody didn't like it, but you know what? That's from my heart to your pockets. Listen, stop trying to juggle all these women. You are not, you not the dudes off the basketball wives. Y'all be so quick to holler, ain't now one of them a wife. Well, you ain't got the money that these basketball and football players got, okay? So now everybody is even. Do we all feel better now? We all even. She ain't the basketball wife and you ain't the basketball player. Now there we are. Ashe. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, I have a guest with me tonight. So, guys, y'all know how I get when I get a guest. I be on my best behavior just until they get in and see, how much they can take. And then, I'll turn on them. But, guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break. We shall return. You're listening to The J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. And Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20 piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Yeah. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. Oh, no. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Nail done. When you put that clone on, why you gotta look so good, good? With your hair done, nails done. When you put that clone on, why you gotta look so good? I can look into your not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Yeah. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. No. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? When you put your clothes on, why you gotta look so good? It's something about you. When you put your clothes on, why you gotta look so good? When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Or when you're at the job, just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club, turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Listen, please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And Jay is spelled Jayb for all three. While you're at it, go right around the corner. Boop! Go to our YouTube, like and subscribe to our channel there. That's the J Spot Radio. Then go to TikTok. Boop, boop, boop. Like and follow us there, the J Spot. Again, Jay is Jaye. And turn on the notification bells for all platforms. Now, I know you all may say, Jay, what's going on? I'm going to tell y'all what's going on. We have a special guest with me. See, I was trying to
special. Wow. Okay. Special. I'll take special. I'll take it.
We're gonna do. I'm gonna do it right. We have a special guest. You're starting off special. Now let's see what's gonna happen by the end of the night. Then I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna start off special. We have DJ J Kid, DJ and owner of Nerd Swag Apparel, up in the building. And guess what? C4L alumni, Marshall Commandos in the building. Woo! We representing on this west side on tonight. Hey,
what
DJ
up?
J Kid, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
Long
for
time no
me.
see.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You all see, this is what I'm saying. When you have people that know you in your real life, this is why I can stay humble, because I know. You feel me? I know in my spirit. But you know what? This ain't about me. Do me a favor. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself and what you got going on.
All right. Well, I mean, you gave me a great introduction. So I'm a DJ and a businessman all in one. Got my Nerd Swag Apparel, which is my brand that I've been pushing, as well as Black Chicago Collection. So I have two brands that are built into one website. Nerd Swag was kind of created, for me being in high school, believe it or not. I was a nerd. I still look like a nerd. Don't y'all judge me. Anyway, so in high school, it was my brand. It was my thing, pretty much being cool to be a nerd. You get picked on so many times, wearing glasses, the first person in class, last person to leave, all of the stuff that made being smart not fun back then. I took the heat for y'all. So I spent it and just made something negative positive. And pretty much nerd swag is just being smart, intelligent, cool, sexy, pretty much everything that I am. Okay. But a little spin on it, a little swag, what we all got these days. So I'm making merch, t-shirts, hoodies, everything that you can think nerd swag related, mouse pads, just about anything that pretty much makes learning and intelligence and being smart and being who you are, cool as hell. That's where we at.
So now, how do you balance the demands between being a DJ and then having your own clothing line?
Please, someone send Jesus. I can't answer that. I tell you, I mean, I stay working all the time, whether it be events, table events for the brand, or if I'm pretty much DJing and I just so happen to bring the brand with me. I stay busy on both. Managing them, that's a task I'm still trying to get a formula for. But right now, I pretty much just try and do one event per month for the brand, and then DJ, and I'm wide open. Pretty much anything that comes my way, I'm grabbing.
So what advice would you give to someone that is looking forward to like starting their own clothing line and just being an entrepreneur? What advice would you give them?
For me, you have to do your research. I know I look like a nerd once again, right? I look like a guy that has no idea how to run a t-shirt brand or a hoodie or whatever the case may be, whatever type of business. But I did my research. I said this ideas was something that I've had in my brain since high school. Before high school, but it wasn't until 2020 is when I decided to actually launch the business. So, I mean, I've been going since 2020. That's pandemic time frame. When people tell you don't open or run a business at that time, I pretty much did it. I started and I did my research all these years up until this point to figure out what works best for me, my budget, how much I wanted to spend, how much in advertising, the licensing, the LLC creation, everything I did the research to make sure I would set myself up for success. And I'm slowly making it there. Yeah.
So tell everybody how they can get in contact with you, how they can book you for DJing events, and also how they can order your nerd swag apparel up in here.
So 2 websites. My DJ website is DJ Jaye Kid. And that's djjkid.com. Super easy. 2 D's on the end, 2 J's in the middle. Just remember that. And then Nerd Swag Apparel is pretty much the name, nerdswagapparel.com. Same thing. I try and keep things simple. If you see the brand, you can Google it and find that information. And I usually pop up right on top. So I made sure I did the research to figure out how to do that too. So anytime you Google DJ Jaye Kid, I should be at the top. Nerd Swag Apparel, I should be at the top. So it shouldn't be hard to find me. And as far as booking and DJing, I've been on radio. You just found that out. I've been on radio, mixed shows. I've been in Texas, been in, here in the city as well. Shout out Power 92, WGCI, all the fun stations, all the stations, right? So, I am experiencing that, and as well as from a business experience too. So I make sure I purchase the merch, wear it, see how it fits and feel. If it's something that I don't think fits my brand, I get rid of it. So I just did that for one of my jackets that I ordered. They come extremely small. And when I say extremely small, it was too tight for me.
So you had some medium Smith.
No, it was a extra medium, small medium. So one of them. But that's how I basically do the research. I make sure the quality and everything is going to be good. If it's something that people's ordering, I want them to be comfortable and nice and happy they made that purchase. Not, oh man, I got the small, but it feels like an extra small. I can't fit this. I can't wear this. I want to return it.
Well, you guys, you have sitting here DJ Jaye Kid, DJ and owner creator of Nerd Swag Apparel. So we'll definitely have his information in the comments. So definitely check him out. And guess what? Just if you order something, check him out. Tell him I sent you, okay? Just tell him I sent you.
Please do.
Jaye. Now, guys, listen, okay? We done did the business.
All out the way.
We've done the business. Now the pleasantries.
Am I in hot water?
Are done.
Uh-oh.
No, but this brother on this next hot topic, you guys, listen. Our next hot topic. Okay, because we're getting into it. I'm making up. I've been off for 2 weeks. I've been sick since after my birthday. We had a nice birthday party on Saturday. On Sunday, I was sick too. From the Sunday, what was it? The 20th, the 21st to last Sunday. This past Sunday, I just started feeling better. Sunday, Monday. So I'm just like, I have a whole bunch to say. Now listen, I saw this foolery. Okay, now you all listen. Answer me this, fellas. I need to know, what are your thoughts on this? Ladies, this question, and this is from a lady. If a man takes a woman on vacation, is she obligated to do the horizontal mambo? Is she obligated to let him explore her lily of the valley? Is she obligated? Now, ladies, listen. Okay, I'll first, obligation, that's a huge word. Obligated, just as a man, let you start off with that.
Okay. They're straight to the
Is
trouble.
a woman obligated? She's seeing a guy. He say, listen, we're going to go on a trip. Is she obligated to do the horizontal mambo with her?
Okay, so for the record, I'm married.
Yes, he is.
Okay, so
your friends, and
I give you
from your boy's point of view.
I give you a disclaimer. My thoughts are not my own. So obligated. I wouldn't say obligated. I would say, now it depends on the destination. Some obligation then shows up on that.
Wait a minute, you done lied to me. What? Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying we going to Dubai. We finna Dubai, doggone it. I'm just gonna put that out there. No, obligation is hard to really place that on another person. It depends. It really depends. Once again, on destination. We in Hawaii. I'm saying, they got to hit the floor before we even unpack. That's just a requirement.
Listen, look. You said,
I'm just saying, before we unpack, I need to see him on the floor. He's kicking him under the bed or something. Let's work that out.
So Pretty Tasha is saying, no, she is not obligated. Okay, so that's, fellas, I need to see, what are you guys saying? Is she obligated?
Can we see Pretty Tasha's photo? Can we see her profile pic? Is there a way? Pretty Tasha.
You got to see. Oh, she's on the comments.
So, in the comment. Okay, I'm gonna leave it.
So wait, so Cedric is saying exactly, bruh. So now, ladies, you're getting a little feedback from the fellas. So now let me answer. Is she obligated? Cuss word, no. Okay, but ladies, let me finish. She's not obligated. Hey, Amir, that's my honey. Hey, that's my son. Hey, Amir. Now I got to talk right because I'm a mother. Oh, geez. Okay, no, I'm not. But anyway, so is she obligated? Cuss word, no. But again, ladies, come on, let's bring it in. No, a woman is not obligated to do anything. However, let's step into our let's sit in our wisdom. If you have not done the horizontal mambo with this man and you have no intentions on doing the horizontal mambo with this man, don't go. For your safety reasons. It's not even about obligation. It's for your own safety. Let's not put ourselves in a situation where it could have been avoided if you just stayed your end at home. Let him go with somebody that he gonna be able to toss all the way around us, Dubai, and they gonna swing on chandeliers and baby. If that's not you, stay home. I'm not saying that you're obligated to, because you're not. Again, we're gonna take that. It don't matter where you're going. It could be up the road. If you are going to be in close quarters with this man and you ain't done it to him, you ain't, listen, don't go. Do not go. Why put yourself in a situation where something could happen? You don't know these people. You don't know what people's thoughts are, especially if you ain't did nothing with them. Listen, you sitting up there, now you coming out the shower, water all glistening all over your body. Don't do that. Don't do that. See, we're gonna operate in wisdom. Okay? Obligated, no. Okay, you save that for the girls' trip where listen, we're gonna talk about them girls' trips in a minute. But you're not obligated. You're never obligated to do anything. But for your safety, you shouldn't even want to go if you ain't did nothing with them. Because first of all, I'm just telling you the truth. I would be mad. Okay, we get to the trip, and I'm like, okay, you know what? We're gonna go ahead on it. We're gonna do the Tango and Cash. And then his gray jogging pants are not gray jogging pants. I'm gonna be ready to cuss. See, now I'm gonna need somewhere to stay. Now I'm gonna be all the way in another country. You know, now I'm gonna be trying to catch another flight. So it's certain situations that should be explored. Fellas, same thing for you. You get it there and you like, what is that I keep smelling? What is that? Now, I know. Oh, yes. Okay. So it could be issues on either side. So all I'm saying is it's certain situations that you need to be in prior to being that close in intimate quarters with each other. That's all I'm saying. You need to have had that already explored so that you can have, you know, a good vacation. Because the last thing you want to do is get out of the country and you gone for 7 days. You with him for 7 days and you already know he was going to touch you. But now you like, did your big brother send you over here? What we doing? Now everybody mad. Yeah. Don't put yourself in that situation. So 2, safety reasons, and then you just don't want to be, you know.
Unless you go into Indiana, it's okay. You know, you drive back home if you know.
Yes, if it's not
Wisconsin or something. Yeah.
Right, but if you roll with him,
I mean, hey.
Then now you're gonna be Ubering and Greyhound and Amtrak it back. So my rule of thumb is if you have not already done the do or you don't plan, just don't go.
Don't do it.
Cedric is saying going to Wisconsin Dells is way different than going to Las Vegas, baby, because we're gonna be all up on that strip. And then listen, now I know some people have done this.
That young fee.
Ladies, y'all can't be going to these on trips with these dudes and then y'all going jumping down with somebody else on these trips because y'all ain't in no relationship. You can't be doing that. That's the quickest way to get your head twisted in a whole different twisted like that girl twisted her head on The Exorcist. That's not, I don't advise that because I'm starting to see some stuff like that. Like, yeah, I went down and he wasn't hitting on nothing, but his friend was an old boy. No.
How you do that out there? Wow. How you do that?
Listen, Jeremiah, how long have you been married?
14 years.
Please stay there. Because these streets.
I'm trying.
Let me tell you, don't try. Do what with all your might because this.
I think she's watching. I'm trying.
Foolery, keep them. I'm going to say it for both of y'all. Listen, these streets, these single streets, and people think that, it's a finance. No. There's fecal matter in the lower. There's in the lower income region. There's fecal matter in the middle class region. There's fecal matter in the upper class region. There's fecal matter just all up and through here. And the stuff that they was doing 14 years ago.
Oh no.
It's downright ridiculous. You just listen. I don't even have a stomach to be out here. Sometimes I just be like.
Throw in the towel.
Throw the towel in, the wig, the eyelashes. Just throw it all in because some of these is the stuff that's going on out here. But going on these trips with these dudes, do not. If you are not in that intimate type of relationship with these men, do not go on the trip with him. Instead, do the next hot topic. Go on these girls trip. Now listen, it's a lot of stuff that's being talked about on these girls trip. Now it's being said, and I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't know, but they saying that these girl trips, that they just going. What happens on the girls trip, stay on the girl trip. They going and they getting, doing things that they shouldn't, that they don't want to come back to their significant others. Ladies, is that what's really going on in these girls trips? And fellas, do you have a problem with your wife or your girl going on a girls trip? And if you're okay with it, how long, what's the maximum amount of time that she can be gone on this girl trip? What are your thoughts about these girls trips? Like,
so if she going on a girls trip and she needs to be gone for a certain amount of time, just bring somebody back. I mean, something back for me. I'm good at that point.
So you don't have any problems about all this other stuff that, that they saying that take place on these girls trips?
I mean, guys have guys trips.
Oh, y'all have,
we go to Vegas for All-Star Weekend, stuff like that happens.
See, y'all talking about Vegas, man, baby. These girls trips be in Dubai.
If it's anything like the movie, I understand. Just as long as you bring something back for me, I'm good.
I think the movie was extreme. Wait, Cedric is saying, Woosah, tell the truth. Listen, Cedric, I don't know. I'm telling the doggone truth. Are you talking about DJ Kid? You tell him tell the truth. I'm telling the truth over here. I don't know what y'all talking about.
She ain't spilled the tea on her girls trip. Yeah,
I don't know what y'all talking about on these girls. We act right. We act right. Now, listen, if you're single, then you do what single people do. But my thing is this. Let's just say this. It's a difference between being single. But listen, now, fellas, if your girl, if her friends are some whores, then you have listen. I hope I can say that. If your girls, if they walk the street, if they some certified streetwalkers, then you might, but again, at the same time, your girl. So, you shouldn't be too worried about that. But I'm just saying, like, I think that whole girl trip, like, if you single, rock out and do what you want to do. Like, listen, if that's how y'all rotate, then rotate like that. Me, I'm like, I don't drink. I don't smoke.
Me too.
So I'm just like, listen, my knee is bad now. So I'm gonna let everybody have fun and do what they want to do because I keep the ride share apps on my phone at all times. So I'm gonna be good. I keeps me a fully loaded credit card on deck all time. So I'm gonna be good. So whatever other folks decide to do, then you do that. No, I'm not. Man, hey, get your look, I'm here to have a good time. And now I can have a good time and I can hang with the best of them. But all of that, listen, I like to listen. I don't have community coochie.
Ooh.
I don't have pity sex. It takes more than, we turning up because I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk and I'm not high. So therefore, where's the stimulation coming from? You ain't said jack, you ain't nothing. So what's supposed? So I'm typically the buzz kill. So I typically try to stay out the way because I know by a certain time, I'm like, now I know you see this bull junkie over here. I know you see it. I know you said. I said, but you know what? I ain't even gonna be over here because I don't want nobody sitting up here saying I'm a hater. But I ain't a hater, but I can sniff that BS somewhere else. But
we waiting on the tea from you though. I mean, this girls trips. Tell us about it. Come on now.
The girls trips, and so it depends on who your girls' friends are. The girls trip I've been on, we've had good, clean fun. We went and we did the different excursions and all this and that. We've stayed in the Airbnbs and things like that. And we've had, and everybody wasn't single. Some of them, but it's like, it didn't really matter because it's like, we didn't do anything like the people that I've hung with. Like, we don't do that type of stuff because that's not who I am. And I personally, if I know I have friends like that,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go because I know how I am. And I know that they wouldn't invite me because you know how I am. You know, I don't drink. You know, I don't, you know all of this. But at the same time, I am the life of the party, not being drinking and not smoking. So people can definitely vouch for that. You'd be like, did she? I thought she said she don't drink. Because listen, I'm about that life. I'm naturally that way. But when it comes to, okay, well, all the sleeping arrangements, she's coming back here. She ain't going with you. She came with us. She leaving with us. Now, whatever y'all do tomorrow when she's sober and she in her right mind, see, that's why they not going, that's why, and I don't got time to be sitting up here doing coochie patrol. I'm not going to be patrolling nobody's coochie, but man, listen, as long as mine is safe, that's all I'm worried about. But sometimes it's a lot of responsibility. Listen, back in the day, I used to get, listen, Cedric, don't listen. Cedric talking about some define clean fun.
Cedric a troublemaker. I can
Cedric,
see it.
It is not, there is no hidden meaning behind clean fun. It's good fun that you can have around, well.
So since you flipped the script and said about, asked me how I felt if my lady went on a girl's trip, what about if you had a guy? I mean, it's the same question posed to you. So how you feel about that?
If he went on a guy's trip, again, I would be
going to Vegas.
See, so it again, knowing my guy, so I would have no choice but to trust him. But I'll be like, I put it like this. In my relationship, I got one rule. Do unto me as you have me to do unto you. If you don't want me to do it, don't you do it. Because if you do it, I'm going to do it worse. No, I'm going to do it worse. And then I'm going to be gone. So don't cheat. Because we're going to stay together. I'm going to heal and you're going to think I'm over it. And then I'm going to cheat and then I'm going to leave. So don't do the petty. That's, you too grown for tit for tat. Then don't start it. Don't start it. Do not start it. Don't start none. Won't be none. But I would trust them because I don't believe it. I don't want to be anywhere where there is no trust. So I have to trust him just like he has to trust me. But if he was to say, you know what, man, now you already know I don't even care for Sheila like that, because she be on, I already know. And if he'd be like, I don't think you should go. I don't want you to go. I'm gonna have to respect that. If I want to stay married. Now, if I'm single and we dating,
that's another conversation.
So I'd have to look and see, okay, so how long have we been dating? What's the probability? Do it even look like he even trying to have a wife or have a, because if the answer is no, I'm going on the trip. If the answer is no, but if it's seeming like, Dad, you know what? This is really heading in that direction. Like we really getting serious and we finna really lock in on this. You may not want, I'm gonna go ahead on and pass this one by. But if we out here and we just dating and you acting like you don't know what you got, I'm gonna go ahead on and I'm gonna live my best life because again, we haven't made any investments in this. But again, I would entertain him, a boyfriend asking me not to go. I would entertain it, but again, I would look at the relationship and honestly look at where we are. And if I know, I'm darned if I do, I'm darned if I don't. I ain't getting the ring if I go. I ain't getting the ring if I stay. I'm going.
She gone.
That's just how it is. Now, listen, let me know if I'm wrong about that. What do you guys think about that? Fellas, would you ever tell your woman, you know what? You're dating a woman and she's getting ready to go on a girl's trip. Would you tell her or ask her not to go? Because, some of us, listen, you talk about some tell her. She grown, she can, woo, baby. Listen, so it's certain, babe, listen, it's certain words that you just cannot say. But if he was to ask her not to go, like I say, me personally, I would definitely look at where we are in the said relationship. how long we've been together. And like, I mean, are we like, man, are we headed
Almost an
down?
item. Yeah, you know. Hey.
Because if we are, and if I'm like, and if I don't want to lose him, but I will have a conversation to be like, okay, listen, I do like to go out with my girls. We do travel and we have traveled in the past. And that's something that I definitely look forward to doing because
Mm-hmm.
want you to be able to do it too. You can do it as well. But you're not gonna try to stop me from going because, well, me and my boys, we don't travel.
Mm.
That's on you. Man, you're not doing me. I'm still, I still want to go outside, but I would limit the amount. Like, I'm not going to be traveling as a single woman. I can do what I want to do. But now you get in a relationship and you get married, you're not single anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So you have somebody else's feelings to consider. But why you don't have no feelings to consider? Woo!
Enjoy
Do
life.
what you want to do.
Enjoy life.
Do whatever it is you want to do. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Yeah.
You prove me wrong. This ain't a regular love, babe. It's that waking out your sleep with me massaging your feet, yeah. It's that anything you want, I'm only here to please you, baby. You're in my command, hey. Your kiss sends me a shot of dopamine. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, baby. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, baby. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure, for sure. I don't feel it's a one night stand. It's that look you in your eyes. Take love in paradise. Our one life stand. It's that sweep you off your feet. Give you everything you need. Love. That's what I'm feeling. It's that don't pick up the phone, cause we wanna be alone. Love. And I never thought I'd feel this way till you came along and proved me wrong. Oh, no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real, or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, baby. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, baby. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure. Since you came in my life, I see so clearer now, yeah.
Welcome back
You're
to
so
the J
special.
Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And Jay is spelled Jaye. All three. While you're at it, go right around the corner. Boop, go to YouTube, like and follow us there, the J Spot Radio. Then go to TikTok. Boop, boop, boop. Like and subscribe us there, the J Spot, Jaye. Turn on the notification bells for all. Guys, it's just me, Jay. I have a special guest in the building tonight.
Keep putting that special on my name.
DJ, because you ain't got out the special yet, but you may be tweeting, a little twiddling on that.
She's talking about I'm special from high school. We're not gonna get into that. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I ain't mean to bring that up.
Listen, we can talk about high school. Listen, if you want to talk about high school, we can totally talk. Listen, we were classmates in high school, baby. Let me tell you, Marshall was not for the weak. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Definitely not.
Marshall only, but listen, me personally, I loved it.
We made it.
I loved it though. What was your experience like?
It was dope. No, for real, it was dope. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was interesting. I would tell you that. High school was yeah. I mean, you know what? That's the other part of where Nerd Swag came from. I mean, once again, we talking about what was Troy Street, west side of Chicago. There was no room for a nerd there. I'm sorry.
It wasn't.
No. So I mean, getting chased daily and first person at class or breakfast, you got messed up. So I ain't eat at home, so I was at breakfast. That's how big of a nerd I was.
They
so
had breakfast?
See? Yeah, I was in the wrong spots at the right time.
Wait, I didn't know they
had. Yeah. So it was interesting. Yeah, most definitely. It was definitely interesting. You can see where the brand came from. Thank Marshall High School.
Wait, I didn't know that they had breakfast because the first period started at 7:30. I barely made it to the first period, so they had something earlier than that.
You had to be there at 7. You go out there and shake the trees and wake the birds up and get out there.
Oh my God! Let me tell you, I swear I did not know about no. But let me tell you, let me tell you, I never had a fight at Marshall. I never got picked on. Listen, we had the dozens.
I ran from like 6 fights.
We had the dozens and stuff like that, but we didn't I didn't take away any traumatic experiences from high school that would make me be like,
that was all the bad folks we avoided. That's why. Yeah.
Because like I said, my mother didn't play that. Sister Vance did not play that. I was just thankful that she wasn't paying attention about that first period. Get that, because she was really big on attendance and all this other stuff. So I was not trying to make Sister Vance come up to that school and clown, because Sister Vance was about that business. Sister Vance was about it.
That's why I was up at 7.
Right, and I was not trying to get it. Not at no Marshall. Then I could never be able to show my face up there. And I don't think I wasn't no nerd, but I wasn't no popular kid. I was in the middle. I was just in the middle. Hey, we ain't gonna mess with her. She ain't no nerd, but she ain't cool either. I was just there, living my best life. And I was just trying to be good because I didn't want my mom to transfer me, because I made a double. So our freshman year, I was really supposed to be in 8th grade. So I didn't want my mom to think I couldn't handle being in high school. So I was trying to be on my extra.
So you had your nerd swag going on as well.
Yes,
I
did. I was like, man,
we had to get you some merch. We had to get you some merch.
I do. And I didn't tell anybody, because I didn't want, I wanted to fit in and everybody to think that I was their age. And so, it all worked out. But like I say, my mother, Sister Vance, she may be tuned in. Sister Vance about that life, and I didn't want it.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, you could get it wherever. Call the police if you want to.
In front of the teacher. Yeah.
And where you gonna live? Call the police. Where you living after you call the police? That's all I'm saying. So I wasn't trying to be a part of that establishment, but we weren't doing it. But it was definitely a good It was a good experience, and
the funny part is you haven't talked about how you used to get on my nerve in school in the class, and how we are still
rivals. So go ahead and tell them. Listen,
as much as a troublemaker y'all see she is, you can tell I had to sit behind. I can't remember behind and front, one or the other. Anyway, yeah, we still cool to this day. That's what's up.
But no, he made a song about me. Don't even try.
So since we're on radio, Okay. Okay. Y'all call it J spot. Her name is Jamila Vance. You got to say it just with the it's Jamila Vance.
Or when used to call me minivan.
Minivans. There you go. See, she bringing up
See,
stuff.
so my thing is, but like I said, I come from a big family, so all of this stuff, I'm just like, it was go to school, handing it out, getting some, go home, handing it out and get some. It's like it was all in a day's work. I'm
All
like,
in a day's work.
all right, we here. But you know what? One thing I will say is I'm so thankful I don't have that curl.
No.
Lord, thank God I made it through the Jerry curl. Thank God I made it through. Listen,
You survived.
You
survived.
The hardest part about being
Was it like Lil Luther or no?
No, it was Lil Luther, dry Luther.
It was
Now the worst part though was being flat chested. Oh my God, Lord. The flat chested name. Oh my goodness. I was like, I couldn't wait. I was like, now I done had the baby. Look at me now. I'm gonna put them bad boys, gain some weight, put them bad boys. We serving them tatas on a platter. That's what we used to say that back then.
back then. Yeah.
Trying to do.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. We got Joy, JP Lewis. She's tuning in. Hey, she said I was a runaway bride. Joy, yes, I was. I was the runaway bride. I told them blame it on me before Chrisette Michelle even came out with that song. I told them, listen, tell my family, tell them whatever you want to. Tell them whatever you want to. But I will not be doing this. Speaking of not doing this, now, guys, what do you think about this? The next hot topic. So the couple, they get divorced. And so they have the kids. So the kids and the stepfather, they have a really great relationship. So now she's mad. So now because they didn't work out, is it fair for the mother, the biological mother, to cut off a relationship with the stepfather with her kids because they broke up? They're getting a divorce. So in the process of a divorce, should the step parent still be able to maintain a relationship with the kids if they're not their biological kids? What do you all think about that? Like, what do you think about that? If a step parent, should they be able to have a relationship with the biological kids of their ex? What do you think about that? Should they?
I'm not trying to get in trouble. I had to pause for.
Don't be paused for the calls. We are having a conversation, grown and sexy conversations on the J Spot.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out, what do you think about that? Just in general, not have to be a personal situation.
It doesn't have to be, but in general, to be honest, I think any positive reinforcement in any kid's life should be acceptable, right? So even if the relationship, with your ex didn't turn out to be the one that you wanted it to be, if there is a strong, supportive spouse in that relationship, you shouldn't have an issue with that.
And see, my thing would be this: if you want this man to take care of your kids while you're married, so while everything is all peachy and cream between you all, he the daddy. But the moment things don't go right between you all, but he still loved those kids and he's still acting as a father, now you want to show your behind and not want this man to be with those kids that, you want, I'm a package deal. You got to take care of me and mine. Okay, Wench. Okay, so he's trying to take care of your kids. Just because he wasn't a good husband or a good man to you, he's still loving on your kids, and your kids still love him. How could you try to destroy that relationship? It's uncool, it's unnecessary, and it's not fair to the kids, and it's not fair to that man. Just because, listen, you got rocks all up in your jaws because things did not work out between you all. Now you mad. Get over it.
Get over it.
Get over it. Just like you wanted him to put all of his reservation aside and come in and take care of you and your kids, now you have to do the same thing. Let that man stay in them kids' life. If that's a relationship that they still want, that to me should not be the parent's choice unless something foul happened.
Mm-hmm.
That the father did something foul to one of the kids. Then that's, to me, that's the only reason why you would be able to cut that relationship off.
Yep.
But if it's something, it's some, as they used to say back in the day, some grown folk mess, if it's some grown folk business, leave grown folks business where it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Keep the kids out of it. Yeah, he got caught with Sheila slobbing on his knob, but he's still taking care of your kids. He's still doing what he's supposed to do as a father. So you have to dissect the fact that, okay, yeah, you know what? It's not going to last between us. But if you still want to be there for my kids and my kids still want, if that relationship is still mutual, then you have to figure out a way to get through that and not be unfair. But sometimes
feelings.
Some women, they be trying to, oh, I ain't gonna let him see little Tyler. I ain't gonna let him see him little Ran. First of all, you need to be letting whoever gonna love on your kids love on them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And stop trying to use these kids as a pawn because you're mad.
Tools.
Because again, like, absolutely.
Yep.
Listen, make up your mind what side of the fence you're going to be on, because you can't be hollering on one end to get this man. Oh, they got to take care of me and my kids. And then when he doing that, now you mad because that's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He told you that's what he was about, taking care of his family. So now you no longer want to be family because he done had some extracurricular activities going on or whatever the case is,
Mm-hmm.
but you decide to go your separate ways. Do he got to break up with your kids? And the answer should be, in my opinion, the answer is no. Again, unless it was something that was done to the kid. But if it's grown folks stuff while y'all broke up, you're gonna have to chalk that up to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said what? You was looking for a man to take care of you and your kids. Now you got what you was asking for. So be careful what you ask for, because this was something you was asking for. You got it. Now you big mad.
What you gonna do now?
You big mad and you can't deal with it. But we not doing that. So if the kids want it, the man want it, let's stop using these kids to try to punish people. Let's stop using the kids to punish people because of their bad behavior in a relationship. Spouse and relationship issues are different from parental issues, and we have to get good at separating the two.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm mad, but man, this man loves my kid. This woman loves my kids. Now, it can be, I'm going to add a little bit extra on to that, because this can get very complicated though, and I'm going to tell you why.
Messy. She about to get messy.
Because now let's say, okay, so the man, he's still a father to his stepkids. Love them, treat them just like they his own. He don't even use the word step, because I'm not really a big fan of the step word either. But so these are his kids. So now he's in a new relationship, and this woman finds out that these are not even your biological kids. Why are you still doing that? Like, I don't feel comfortable with you having a relationship with kids from your ex, and they're not even really your kids. What do you all think about that? Would you be okay with dating someone that is taking care of kids from a previous relationship, but they're not biologically their kids? How do you guys feel about that? Because I can say, here's the thing, that can be very, very tricky.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be messy depending on the people that are involved.
Mm-hmm.
But if the relationships are strictly for the kids, then I think that it could work. But I would have to just see, for me personally, I would have to just see how that whole dynamic is. Like, I would have to just see the situation and judge each situation by, how it is. Because I had this one guy, he's like, yeah, my ex, she has these kids, her kids, and she got foster kids, but so the kids really look up to me and this and that. So I'm like, okay, make a mental note of that. All right, okay. So I'm just like, okay, so what role do you play in the kids' lives? And I'm like, okay, I'm okay with you being in the kid's life. I don't have a problem with that. But then the truth, it starts to unravel. Like, anytime for me, if a man is telling me that him and the mother of his kids or his ex-wife, if y'all still having arguments, listen, I do not entertain situations like that at all. Because arguments means that there's still some care there. Maybe on both sides or on one-sided. But the fact that it's still some BS going on, you can miss me entirely with that. I just don't have time for it. I'm like, listen, you, sir, you can jump off a cliff, take your kids, the dog, and your ex. Y'all can all go. I'm not about it. Not about it. Not gonna entertain it because it's peaceful over where I am. So if you don't have that same peace, and that's how people are apprehensive, which I understand, about dating people with kids.
Yep.
Because sometimes all of this back and forth.
That's the baggage comes along with it.
What kind of baggage?
Well, just the example you gave, if you taking care of some step kids or your kids that not even yours, you have to, like, if you're coming into that relationship, you have to deal with that person dealing with those situations. The significant other of that group may not be very forthcoming and welcoming. You know what I mean? So now you got to deal with that person getting upset at you for being around her kids or vice versa. That's a lot of baggage to carry. So, like you said, you have to kind of take it one relationship at a time. Each one may be different because there are relationships where you have step kids or their kids in that relationship, and that can work out. Like, but I don't ever see it on in real life. The exes going along with the program real good. You see it in movies where where the ex and the new wife is together and they at the park. No, not around here.
and I've seen situations
not
like
around
that.
here.
I've seen situations like that where, and that's why I'm kind of biased on it because, like, I know situations like that where, like, they're not together and, like, the man totally loves the kid.
Yeah.
Like, the kids. And like I say, I always tell about my family. Like, my family, we have a huge family. We just collect kids. When kids come, like, they don't leave. Like,
y'all recruiting. That's what y'all out there recruiting.
Like, oh, dang, I ain't know that such and such had broke up. It'd be like years later, we be like, where's where your people at? They didn't drop y'all off over here. Like, yo, where your mom at? Wait, who brought you over? Which, we just like that. We're not throwing kids away because grown folks ish did not work out.
Right.
But it's totally not fair, lady. Especially if you are a woman that's on this train. Oh, he got to take care of me and mine and this and that. Let him do that and have the same energy. If things don't work out between you all,
right,
have that same energy. Cedric is saying, I already told you I don't do the step label. Absolutely. That step is that. What would be a bonus? Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm just gonna be real honest, real quick. The only time that I'm not gonna listen, if your child is a demon, you can keep listening. This relationship is over. And let me tell you, you can take mini Satan with you. You can take Malachi
and Damien
with you. You can take all of them. Listen, matter of
Damien
fact, when I
you.
took him to get his hair shaved, he had a 6'6". He take all of them with him. And if the kid's bad, you could take them back.
You can miss me with that.
Now, now y'all may say, Jay, now this ain't right what you about to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If your kid's really not that cute,
Ooh.
If the kids look like the mama, and then the little girl be like, Mama, whoa, call me Miss J. Call me Miss J. I don't want nobody to think.
Jamila Vance.
Call me Miss J. Call me Miss J. I don't want nobody to think that I did something in life that, I don't have to stretch. I'd be like, I don't have to stretch marks for this one. This is just my bonus. This my, this is my you and me shall never part, baby, right here. Miss J, I love you. Call me TTJ. Listen. But that mama, y'all gonna have to keep me lifted on that one, because I'm just like, listen, I'm telling you, I stopped talking to a dude because his kids was ugly. I was like, oh, child, that means he make ugly kids, and this man look good. When
that could have been the other half. That could have been the other half.
It's both. When
you passed up something delicious. It's because you looking at them children.
His kid, I didn't want to take no chances. I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, Arthur, your kid, well, I'm just like, I got scared. I ain't even gonna lie. Like you guys, I can tell y'all some petty moments. I can admit that pettiness, I told y'all over there on Petty Island, that's where I live, but I'm not gonna know. And he looked so good. I'm just like, oh, really? When he was, I saw his.
That's ugly kid discrimination. That's that's the thing. You can't do that.
I was like, oh,
you can't do that.
And it's not like it was one of them, it was two.
Oh, wow.
And they were both.
That's the other person.
I don't think they had the same mother. So that means it's him. They didn't have the same mother. That's why I concluded it was his gene.
It's him?
Because they did not have the same mother. So that's how I concluded he has the ugly gene. And I am not going to deal with. And then the women were not. I'm like, they were not ugly. So I'm just.
You had all the proof then.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why I was just like, oh, child, I ain't. Because like I say, no. Listen, know ye thine self. That's all I say. Know ye thine self. If you know that you petty, embrace it and just move around in life accordingly. But you're not gonna have me stuck with no little, you're not gonna have me stuck with it.
Children of the corn.
And speaking of having stuck with it, guys, tonight we're talking about commitment phobic.
Ooh.
Or they just not feeling you. Now listen, ladies, I know sometimes, listen, it can be really hard for us to have this type of conversation, because we want to be it to everybody. But we gotta admit, you know what? Sometimes you just not that man's cup of tea. Sometimes you just not what he's looking for. Because sometimes I think that men can accept that a little bit better than women can. Men, because y'all get rejected a lot. I think a lot more. So I think, I'm not gonna say that you all are immune to being rejected, but you can kind of, y'all hear it a lot.
We can brace for it.
Y'all hear it. Some men, you hear it a lot more.
You can brace for it. You walking up to the bar, you want to, okay.
Then some women, right? But it's like when you talking about, especially in today's society, commitment, and you're getting at a certain point in your life. Listen, you in the 30 plus times 2, add 10 to it age range, and now you looking to get married. Probably been looking to get married, like, whoo, child, this is just ain't. Oh, a change gonna come. Looking to have kids. If you haven't already done, listen. Now I'm saying, if you have not already had kids and you want to be a mother, I'm like, listen, over 35. I don't know. I would just Y'all hit me up because what I'm gonna say on the line, it's probably not gonna be the right thing. But just hit me up. I'm gonna tell you some of the things that I think that you should do.
Spill it.
Listen, I would, listen, just if you want to be a mother versus getting married. Now I know this may not be popular, but at some point you have to choose, like, which one do you want, the marriage or do you want to be a mom? Which one? Because at any point in life you can get married, but the window of opportunity of being a mother it dwindles.
It starts to drop.
Listen, I done lost a dozen of eggs just coming up the stairs when I was coming in. Another dozen a day. I lost like 2 dozen of them when I was sick. But thankfully, listen, I already told the world. I said, listen, I gave you what I'm gonna give you. That's all I'm gonna give you. That's all. But when you're at a certain age and you're looking for commitment, and you're up against the time with commitment versus motherhood, there are some options out there. So I would just say explore all of your options. And I'm not going to say that I'm necessarily on board with the options, but there are some options. Freezing your eggs, doing all kinds. It's all kinds of stuff.
That's kind of expensive, though.
Probably
I'm just say that,
Listen, I mean, now what I really want to say is, I'm not gonna say it because it's not responsible. So I'm not I'm not gonna say it because because I say I try to put out good stuff that I can
good vibes. There we go. That we can hold on to. Okay.
Conscious, but but if you want to know the wrong thing that I tell you to do, inbox me, okay? Inbox me at the J spot, and I'm gonna tell you the wrong thing that I was thinking. How about that? That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna tell you the wrong thing because then that means that you want to know. So I'll tell you that.
So commitment phobic. How you feel?
When you talk about, first of all, when you think of commitment, what is your ideal of commitment? What does commitment mean to you when you hear it?
So commitment itself just means making yourself not available to everyone else. So that's the definition to me. It just means you're committed to that person or relationship or individual, however you want to label it.
Now, according to an online source,
yes, let's get down this.
A commitment is a promise to do or give something, a promise to be loyal to someone or something. So, how long? I mean, let's just get to the meat and the potatoes of this. How long should a relationship last? Oh, this is perfect, especially since you're married. How long should a relationship last before and I know, listen, before y'all, everybody ain't the same and all. This all you ones that want to take forever. You want to hold up all of, she done wasted all the good time and the good eggs with you. That's going to be y'all. I'll get to y'all later.
Yeah.
But for those that wanted to get to the altar, how long is a long enough time to be in a committed relationship and then start talking about next steps?
Right. So timing, I would say, it it's going to vary, but the relationship, you kind of got to know where the end point is. You get what I mean? Like, you can only go on so many dates. You can only visit and travel and hang out with each other. And at some point, your clothes at her house, her clothes at your house. Okay, there's an end point. Whereas in the beginning of the relationship, y'all dating, you're getting to know each other. You're a year in, and you're just now getting to know who that person is. You haven't met the family, so
after a year, you ain't met the family.
I'm just saying, there's an end point. There's an end point, right? So as much as you would like to, in your mind, put a stamp on it, it's got to be like when both parties are ready. Okay, and that happens sometimes.
Now, DJ Kid, I feel you pulling my leg with that bull junkie. There is a time for rain. So 3 years. So in 3 years, you ain't met the family. He don't know if he want to marry her or not in 3 years.
Yeah, it can go that long. It could. What if y'all having a really great dating relationship? There's no problems and no issues.
So why we in there?
Wait. And there's no problem, no issues. And you're not ready.
Who's not ready?
You. being the woman in a relationship.
Then I'm not going to be with you all that
But
time
you
if
just
I'm
said-
not ready.
You just said it's 4 years, 3 years, you're not done. What if you're not ready?
Because she's waiting. No, we're always ready. If we're there that long, we're ready. We past ready, baby. The oven, we got the oven on warm. Okay, we keep pressing the timing on went off ding, and we go back in there and restart the oven again and give it another hour. We're ready.
Y'all ready, huh?
We ready. If we sticking around this long, we ready.
Okay. So the timing once again depends on the relationship, because even though you may be ready, I guarantee you may not be ready.
So wait, so Lisa says, I agree, 35. Pretty Tasha is saying, I'm 41.
Well, so there go Pretty Tasha. Can we see that profile?
Got the good eggs in me. I finally found someone good in my life. Oh, congratulations, Pretty Tasha. I'm hoping everything work out and y'all make it through the long haul. Hey, Miss Vix, how you doing? So again, for me, if depending on the age, I would say if she's over 35, time is really not on your side. So I would not be sitting up here dealing with a dude that's, if you want to be a mother, this is if you want to be a mother and if you want to get married. First, go into a situation. That's why it's always so important to be intentional. Know what it is know what you want. Know what you want. It doesn't have to mean this dude, I want this from this dude, but just know what you want in your life and date and move accordingly. So for the 35-year-old plus woman that wants to get married and wants to be a mom and does not have a mom, doesn't have any kids, I would not go years with dating a dude.
Right.
I'm going to do 35, I'm going to do 6 months. 6 months, no longer than a year. And if we're not talking about that, I'm okay. I'm not mad. But I'm going to have to get out of there because I know what it is that I want. And this ish right here ain't going where I want. And I'm not giving no ultimatums because it's not about you. It's about me. So I'm going to have to move according to what's best for me. So that's what I would think in that 35 age range. Now, listen, if you're 35 and you've had kids and you're like, I'm not really looking to have any more kids. So how long would I stay there? Do you want to be married? Is he talking about marriage? Here's the thing. It doesn't take a man long to know if he wants you or not. For him to know if he wants you to ride with him to the wheels fall off or whatever it is that y'all got. It don't take a man that long.
No, it don't.
So if you decide to stick with that man, then stick with him. But does being in a relationship, a committed relationship, does that automatically mean that you're going to be married? I thought that it should. See, this is why I hate this. I don't like it here, you all. I don't like it because it's so many games.
Yeah.
If people would just say what they mean and mean what they say,
everything would be nice. Life would be easy. Yep.
It would be. But there's a mixed up. Sometimes we get it mixed up. Ladies, if you in a relationship and you with these men and you with a 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, I don't really think that there's a commitment issue. I don't really think that they're a commitment phobic. They don't have a phobia to commitment. I really don't. It may be a time to have that conversation with yourself and, I'm just not
feeling you.
He's not feeling me like that. I'm not for him because this is one thing I do know. If a man wants you, he's not going to risk you getting antsy because he's letting the years go by.
2, 3 years go.
Here we go, 7 years up, 10 years up. There you go. He's not going to do that. if he wants you. But if he cool on you, he don't want you to go nowhere, but he don't want you to be with nobody else. That just means because he's looking for somebody, he out there, he's still looking.
Mm-hmm.
So you a whole time, you up here in a whole relationship. Listen, I can tell you about it. Listen, been there, done that. In a whole relationship, a whole faithful relationship. And this Bama still looking. So I'm just like, so why you just didn't tell me? I'm like,
bring me in. Yeah. Well, so to my point, it's not to say that to string it along.
That's
still
exactly it'd be a string.
I still think there is, once again, a point where you both got to be in agreement, because you could be ready and that other person may not be ready for whatever reason, but at the same time you can have that conversation and discussion and say, okay, I'll be ready XYZ, and that's those next steps.
So what's something that would keep one from being ready?
Just off the top of my head, it could be a number of things. It could be finances. It could be not the right job. You don't quite have your stuff in order. Even you want to get married and go into a marriage right. You know what I mean? Unless you just want to go in and bring both of you down. So sometimes it could be some smart stuff, some smart, intelligent things that are holding back that choice. And then you don't want to be engaged forever either. So why would I propose to you and get in and just get you all happy and excited? And then that's, the date is 4 years. Now,
you're totally right.
So, yeah.
So Cedric is saying, completely different commitment. Hey, my sister Lee is tuning in. Hey, Lee. And Cedric is saying, my point exactly. And Sister Tasha is saying, you are absolutely correct, Sister Jaye. Eggs do not last forever inside a woman forever. Cannot allow a sorry man to waste my time. That is why I only give a guy, wait a minute, I got to get to this, a guy 2 months to the max to prove to me that he is serious.
She said 2
months.
And
if not, I move on to the next. All right now. Hey, Maurice, listen,
2 months?
I don't know. I may do 6 months just to see how they talking. But again, you got it at this, but she got the right idea. At this point, you have to go through the sorting process.
True.
We going through this ish quickly.
Yeah.
Not saying that you the one that I want to be with, but if like you ain't talking nothing, listen, I'm okay with that.
True.
Now listen, what keeps a man from wanting to commit to a woman? And you kind of already gave some ideas where you're saying the timing wasn't right, his money may not be right, and things like that.
Right. Those are just ideas. That's not my situation. So
now, because he's happily married. So we got it.
I didn't take too long. I almost did.
But now listen, here's the deal.
But I didn't.
According to an online source, here are 3 reasons he won't commit to you. First one, like DJ J Kid said, he's not ready for the responsibility. But so while he's not ready, he really enjoys being with you. But perhaps at a point in his life where he wants to truly consider someone else, he's just not ready to commit. The second one, now this can be very true. He feels pressured. He's not interested in the future. He likes how things are going, and he just wants you to, and this is one of my favorites, go with the flow. The flow, listen, when you hear go with the flow, ladies, that is the kiss of death, okay? That is the kiss of death. That go with the flow. What are we, 12? You go with the flow when you're 12. And at 30 plus, we're not going with the flow. I need to know where we're going. Where is this ship headed? What's going on? Where are we headed? Because if you're headed to the flow, to the stream, that's cool. You can keep going with the flow. I'm gonna go ahead on and ride out over here. No harm, no foul.
We're not going to the waterfall. No.
You can go, but I'm gonna go ahead on and go this way.
We good.
Now, again, this part is key. Sometimes, like I said, ladies, we don't want to accept you just not the one. You not the one that he wants.
Preach.
Now, I know, like I said, you all, it's not easy to admit that. It's not easy. That's not an easy pill to swallow. I'm saying like it's easy. Listen, because you know what? It's the reality of the situation. Sometimes you can be the perfect package. You just not the package for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't appreciate the package, this particular gift. Doesn't mean that you're not valuable. You're just not valuable to him because you're not what it is that he's looking for. You're not that. You're not her. Don't ever question, well, what can I do? Leave. That's what you can do. You can leave and you can find someone that appreciates who you are for what you are. That's what you do. You leave. You don't go trying, oh, well, maybe if I did this and maybe if I did that. No, you just not the one. Now, listen, ladies, don't listen. Now, let me make this equal because this is definitely equal. Men are not the only ones that don't want to commit. Some women don't want to commit. Hello. They don't want to commit. Now, what are some things in your opinion that may keep a woman from wanting to commit to a man?
She enjoying her life.
Number one.
She enjoying her life.
Absolutely. Because according to that online source, but I don't like when they say she's too independent, but it says she's too independent. She enjoys being with you, but she's not ready to be responsible for anyone's feelings. And she just enjoying living her life without any restrictions.
I think
you can't go on a girl's trip.
They stealing all my material.
You can't go. You can't go on a girl's trip. Oh, whatever. Being single, she can. She's still holding on to past relationships. Yeah, now that's a big one. I think that's a big one on both parts. You're holding on to past hurts from previous relationships.
He's coming back.
And then here's the thing. You are not the one. Because fellas, women, we like almost always ready to be committed. We always ready. We have a dream about a ring, even though it's the ring around the tub that we supposed to be washed out. But we dream about rings. You know what I'm saying? So if there's some hesitation on her part being with you, you're not the one, bruh.
There's chances you're not the
one. It's a huge chance that you're not the one, and it's just gonna be that. Shirley is saying, run when you hear that line. Absolutely. That go with the flow ish. You definitely run and don't never return again. Never to return again. And Sister Tasha, she said, exactly. I don't like hearing folks say going with the flow. Absolutely. I'm not going with the flow. But in today's society, like, are we asking for too much in these relationships? Like, are we asking for too much too soon? Like Pretty Tasha said, 2 months. I'm looking for this at 2 months. Is it too much? Well, no, it depends on what it is that you want. But can people really have a phobia of being committed? I think that some do. Yeah. I really think there's a small amount of people that really do have a commitment phobia. But these ain't the people that's out there in the dating pool.
No.
The people that have a legit phobia to being committed, they're not dating. They're not in relationships. You know why? Because they got a phobia of it. Yep. So all the rest of this ish, you're not the one. You can hold on for 10 years, 15 years. Now, listen, there are some couples, and these are the people that this does not apply to. For those that both came together and they just don't want to get married. You have those couples. We're not talking about those couples.
Not those.
We're not talking about those. We're talking about the situation where there's somebody that's ready to get married.
And somebody ain't.
Those are the people that we're talking about. And so for that to be labeled a commitment phobia, I just don't think that it's a commitment phobia. I think we have to place it in a category. You're just not the person that they're checking for.
Yep.
You just not who they want. You just not who they want to rock with. And you can take it for whatever the reason, good, bad, or indifferent.
Mm-hmm.
But when people want you, when people find something that they not trying to lose, you move on it.
There you go.
You move on it. It doesn't take a man 5 years if he know that he wants you. Or if he wants you and he don't have his, even I think if he don't have his finances together, he's going to have that conversation with you.
Right.
Baby, I want to marry you, just not right now. Can you give? And he's going to have specifics. He's not going to tell you some go with the flow BS.
Mm-hmm.
He going to be like, man.
I got you in 2 years.
Exactly. So if you choose to wait that 2 years out, then you do that.
Yeah.
But at least you know what the goal is. But for him, a man that keeps saying, well, I'm gonna see.
Let me think about it.
Right. I'm gonna see. Now we done been together 10 years, and you gonna tell me, well,
let's see where the relationship goes.
Right. It's over. That's where it's going. 10 years.
Yeah.
And you still I'm trying to get to know you.
Figure it out.
You trying to get to know me. What you been doing all these years?
Yeah.
You been over there playing in the sand? So it's a lot of telltale signs, ladies, that a lot of times we ignore. We ignore because it's a painful truth to accept.
Yeah.
But like I say, for me, I think that anything, like I said, honestly, anything after 3 years, you have to accept to yourself and say, you know what, we ain't getting married. I like being with them.
Are we doing this or what?
I like it. You know, this is what it is. But if so for me, that's how I look at it. So if I choose to stay past 3 years, I'm keeping my options open. I'm not cheating. But if I'm out and a brother slipped me his number or won't mind, I'm going to do that. Why? Because I done gave you 3 years.
Yep.
I'm not giving you 3 more. Not giving you 3 more.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do it because at this point, you're not serious about me. I'm serious about you. I'm not going to be the only one serious in this ish. So we can have a conversation. And if I decide to entertain the person on the side, then I'm going to go ahead on and sweep and close this up. And then I'm going to do what I have to do on the other side.
Can't read Cedric. What did he say?
Cedric, what is Cedric? Oh, I done lost him. Hold on. Cedric is saying 3 years max. And if no marriage is planned, walk away. Absolutely. I'm with you, brother. Three
Run
years.
For us. Run.
Because again, it's a game and they're keeping you. We don't live together, and I don't fall for the trap on living together. Just because you live together don't mean he want to marry you.
No, definitely not.
You don't put yourself in an expensive breakup because now you want to break up. Now you can't even do what you want to do on the side. You can't even text nobody on the side because you laid up, you living with this dude.
He right there.
That don't have no intention on marrying you.
He right there.
Right there. So I would say if we could just start this, let's just start being honest.
Yeah.
Like you would be surprised how far honesty will get you. If you don't want to listen, me personally, I have an open door policy. And I say, and maybe I should stop some people have said, you need to stop saying that. But it's true and I'm going to stand on it. If at any point in this thing, you determine that I'm not what you're looking for, let me know.
Yep.
It's just as simple as that. I'm like this. You don't have to block me. You don't have to do anything because when I'm gone, I'm gone. I don't call. I say, my favorite line, I am like Casper the Friendly Ghost. I never existed. This thing never existed. Peace out. Beloved, may the Lord watch between me and thee. That's just how it is. And I'm good. No hard feelings.
Nice.
But guys, listen, don't sit here and let people string you along by a string. Be in or be out. Ladies, Have these honest conversations with yourself and honestly look and reflect on your personal relationship and make those hard revelations to yourself and have that hard conversation and accept those hard things that you may feel that's hard to accept. But don't be sitting up here, keep on staying with these dudes and you ain't what he want. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And Jay is Jaye. Go right around the corner. Go to YouTube, like and follow us there at the J Spot Radio. Go to TikTok, like and follow us there, Jaye. Turn on the notification bells. DJ J Kid, Nerd Swag Apparel. Tell them how they can get in contact with you.
DJJKid.com, nerdswagapparel.com. Y'all go get y'all some nerd swag.
Yes, until then, next time, guys, take care of yourselves and each other.
Thanks for having me.